Betrayal, trauma, and grief. We're going to go through some things you've never heard before, so stay with us. If you have not subscribed and you are a partner of betrayal, you are missing out on so much good quality information designed specifically for you. Please subscribe, hit the button. If you have a question, put it in the box. Hi, I'm Dr. Doug Weiss. I am the Executive Director of Heart to Heart Counseling Center, the President of the American Association for Sex Addiction Therapy, and I actually trademarked the term partner betrayal trauma. I have been an advocate for you for 4 decades. So I really want you to know that I have heard your heart, your tears, and your grief. And I got a few things I want to help you with as we talk about grief and betrayal trauma. And if you want like a lot of information on partner betrayal trauma, there's like a 45-hour course you can take. There's books, there's workbooks, there's lots of videos, so much to help you with. So please be encouraged. You're not alone, and you can equip yourself as much as you want. Now, I want to get into this grief topic because it's big. Now, I want to share a few things that will hinder you from grief. Okay? Number 1 is stuffing your feelings, not feeling your feelings, not allowing yourself permission to cry, to feel, to be angry, if you are trying to restrict yourself, you're going to slow down the grieving process, and it could take you years instead of a shorter period of time. Secondly, if you're medicating, if you're going to food, if you're going to prescriptions, if you're going to your cell phone, if you're going to any kind of addictive behavior, you are going to slow down your own grief process from the betrayal. Betrayal is a huge trauma. Okay, and let me be perfectly clear. You had nothing to do with the betrayal. You were 0% responsible. You didn't cause it. You can't cure it. It's not about you. No matter what they tell you, I'm telling you, it is 100% on them. So if you go into addiction, now you're going to start medicating the feelings. The third thing that can block you from really grieving is what I call the meaning. I have a video called Unstuck, and we talk about the meaning issue, especially women. You tend to give meanings to things, and the problem is if you give it the wrong meaning, you're going to have a problem grieving because you're trying to grieve something that's not factually true. I can't tell you how many women their men have cheated on them. And the women, because they wouldn't have sex unless they actually cared for somebody or loved somebody, they believe that their husband loved that person. Well, their husband was a sex addict, and he would have had sex with anybody who was willing, and he didn't love any of them. But she gives it the meaning that he loved her or them. Well, now she's falsely grieving that he loved somebody he never did, and because it's not true, you could be on that treadmill for years. I was having a conversation with someone just recently, and she's 5 years into recovery. And because she's giving meaning to stuff that he thinks about 5 years, 20 years ago, she's stuck in her grieving process in the stage of bargaining. So you don't want to be stuck for years. So you definitely want to know the truth as far as what meaning you're giving it. Okay, it was his immaturity, his addiction, his problem. But if you're making it about your body, yourself, your life, you're going to be in a mess, because it's going to take you so much longer to grieve a lie because it's simply not true. Now, grieving the truth is a known process. I've written on this, I think, in both partners' books, Partners of Sex Addicts, and also Partner Betrayal Trauma book. I believe both have a chapter on grief. Many of the products for partners have sections on grief. So it's a topic we cover in great detail. So I'm going to briefly go through this with you. But it's really important you get it. Shock, that's the day you find out. And that's where you shut down. You could be in a ball, you could be crying, you could stare at the wall, you could not be able to think for days. Shock can last, usually it can last anywhere from minutes to really maybe days, maybe a little longer, but you can't even comprehend what you're being told. Then there's denial, okay? You don't want it to be true, so it can't be true. So you'll make up, no, it didn't happen. Maybe they were drunk, but maybe didn't go that far, or it's all the other person's fault. You'll make up stories because grieving is trying to absorb a very difficult reality and accepting that reality. So you have a process. You go through shock, then you go through denial, okay? And then you can go through anger. And I have a whole DVD called Calming the Storm of Anger. If you're stuck in anger, you want to get that DVD to help you work through that. But you have to be able to feel the anger and let the anger leave your body and express the rage, not towards him or her, okay? Towards an inanimate object. Okay, there's a whole anger exercise I don't have time to get into right now, but you can get this rage out of your system, and you need to. And then bargaining. Bargaining can be the longest stage of grief. Okay, like I just expressed, this lady's 5 years down the road, and she's still bargaining. If this, then that. If he wouldn't have been there, if she wouldn't have said that. If she wasn't wearing that, if he didn't do this, if he wasn't out of town, if he wouldn't have been at this event, okay? If she wasn't such a hussy, if he wasn't such a, manipulator. So many different ifs. And it's an if-then logic. If this, then this wouldn't have happened. Or they would be less responsible. It did happen, and you're going to bargain. I would write those things down and try to go, okay, this is what I'm thinking. This is probably what's true. This is what I'm thinking. This is probably what's true. Okay, the truth is they made a choice to cheat. They made a choice to cheat. It's a choice to cheat. And I'm saying that repetitively because it's not an accident. Now, sometimes it's influenced by years of pornography and masturbation. Sometimes it's influenced by, pain in their life that they have not dealt with in their past or present. Those are influences, but they are not the choice to cheat. There's other choices than cheating to resolve those issues. Now, once you get out of bargaining, you can move into that kind of sadness, the place where you're sad that your life is different. You're sad that this is your story. You're sad about your past, your present, and you're even sad about the future. And you're feeling it. And it's not depression, it's sadness. Now, you can feel depressed, lethargic, less energy, lack of focus. But if that's not been your life prior to this, it's a result of the grief. And then there's actually where you move into acceptance. Acceptance is they made a choice to cheat. It's 100% on them. This is my story, and this is what I'm going to do with my story. Okay? And you can heal regardless of their choices in that story. I work with many partners who've healed, who their partner decided to go with the other woman or go with their addiction, okay, or the other man. And I've worked with partners who have stayed in the relationship and did the hard work as he did the hard work or she did the hard work, and their marriage was able to grow better than ever before. But those are choices two people make, not one. So I would encourage you to get support, okay? If you've not gotten counseling, call 719-278-370. Get someone who's certified in partner betrayal trauma. If you go on Psychology Today or one of these websites, people will say they treat trauma or betrayal. Look at their credentials. If you don't see letters after their name, they might not be totally honest with you. They might treat it, but they might not know what they're doing. Okay, so be very careful that you don't go to the wrong type of counselor. You want someone certified, you can go to the ASAT.org, AASAT.org. There's a list of people there. Call my office. We have a list of people that we can refer to, or you can get phone counseling. We want you to heal. Betrayal is real. The Partner Betrayal Trauma book is full of statistics. And in that video and book, there's so many insights as to what you have suffered. So please, grieve well. Do not grieve alone. Have people that you can call, get in a phone group or a support group so that you have someone who knows what's going on with you. Because with grief, you can be fine for days and function, and then all of a sudden a wave will just hit you. And you could be crying or raging or just confused, overwhelmed, not seeming like you can manage what's going on in front of you. So you want support. The absolute worst thing you can do is try to grieve by yourself. So I'm Dr. Doug Weiss. I want to encourage you to do the next best thing for yourself. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, because we have so much help for you as a partner to understand what you're going through. If you have a question, please put it in the box. And I really want you to take the next best step for you.